Hey, what's going on, friends and family? My name is Skylent, and often I come onto these videos with a little bit of an air, I think, of arrogance. I come on with quite a bit of confidence. That's why I don't use scripts. That's why maybe I speak a little bit more expeditiously. And is that even a word? Anyways, with confidence, you can say anything and it just makes sense. I feel that I come on and I try to do my best talking about things I know. But the beautiful thing about YouTube is that, and of course, having confidence in yourself, you can come on and be open and honest and sometimes admit defeat. And here I'm doing that with this video too, kind of a little bit. But at the same time, I'm also sort of giving advice a little bit. I'm just basically saying I'm entering this new realm of adult gaming. I'm trying to curve my words just a little bit because I don't want to get slapped with that yellow monetization symbol, but I want to play more mature games that have more mature visuals, but that also have mature gameplay intertwined with that. So I'm looking basically to play prawn games, and I want to pursue that more and more. I mean, the point of my channel originally was to play lots of new games that would be more hard to find, more hard to be digested generally, and I just wanted to share those experiences with you guys. And I think one of those directions is in the direction of adult gaming, which a lot of people don't even realize they're like real games. A lot of people don't realize that they're really both good in terms of pornographic content, as well as pretty good gameplay content. But today's video, I'm talking about the merger of those two things and what I'm looking for personally, and I'm going to tell you why I'm looking for those things and why I think those are good things, but at the same time saying that I actually haven't played many of these, and I'm looking for them. So I'm going to start with asking, guys, what is a good prawn game? Like, I guess it could be a visual novel. It might debatably could be a game or not a game. I don't know, visual novels, that's another video, but basically, what is some good interactive hentai or whatever? What is some really good interactive mature content that, and of course, I'm really looking for full gameplay. Is there any ones that are like basically almost first and foremost games? Which ones, even if they weren't pornographic, would be fun, good games to get into? Now, if there's a cost involved, I'm fine with that. I want to digest this art for what it is, so I'm fine with that. Plus, I want to share it with you guys. Maybe make some money off of that, some views, right? Sure. And people have been donating, and people have actually joined the Patreon because we've been talking about stuff like this. So, you know, awesome. Thanks, guys, for that. So I do want to explore these nooks and niches, but I need your help, actually. So first and foremost, what's some good stuff? Now, I've got some things on my mind. There's a vor game that I want to play. There's actually a dress-up game. There's some games that I want to play. But now for the rest of the video, I just want to say what I'm looking forward to and what I think would get more people into the industry as a whole, which could bleed into visual novels, which could bleed into flash hentai games and things like that. But I just want to say that the games that got me excited and the games that I want to play and the games that I want to share are the ones that are first and foremost, I'm saying it over and over again, are games. I think that it's really important that these adult games have gamification. It's not just simple choices, not just very clear puzzles. It needs to be a full package, which can involve packages of many shapes and sizes and very deep plot points, you know what I'm saying, and visuals. But I'm saying gameplay is really, I think, super important. Now, but here's the thing though, is when does the line become crossed? I guess when it comes to adult gaming. Because obviously you're playing adult games for that lewd content. You're playing it for the extra scenes, the reward cutscenes, you know, things like that. Sometimes the entire gameplay itself is just the lewd nature. I think that's probably for the best, but like, what is the ratio? Like, should it just be half and half? Like, should it basically be like an awesome game? Maybe think Dark Souls, but every time you beat a boss, you get a scene of you like raping the boss or some, you know, some grotesque thing like that. Who wants something like that? There's people out there that want that. I don't know. Anyways, I'm asking for a friend. Games like that, or where if you die, as punishment, you're forced to watch like a 10-second cutscene of you being, you know, tentacle groped and things like that, unless you break out with a, you know, you solve a little puzzle or do a little mini game or something like that. I think that direction is more appropriate. Like, it should be a reward, but there still should be actual gameplay that's gamified, that you have to win, that you have to beat and overcome, climb the mountain, get to the top, and you know, you get the reward there. I think that's really what I'm looking for. I think a lot of hentai, porn, adult games do this thing where, first and foremost, it's porn, it's pornography with a game slapped on top. Even for really awesome publishers, and you know, like Nutaku, a lot of their games aren't perfect. I think there's definitely room to improve, but I'm finding myself very easily floundered because I see a game with great art, and I'm like, oh my god, you know, I want to go into this world, this universe. I want to see these people. I think this is really original looking, at least artistically. But you get in the game and you actually play the game, and then you realize, oh, you're not really playing a game here. And then some games, it's like, oh wow, this is actually a good game, but like the art is really obviously slapped on. And this was obviously a game before it was a hentai, because that actually happens many of the times with a Nutaku. They're basically games that kind of exist previously, and then they get published and they kind of remix it. Regardless, that happens a lot too. You know, basically bad games turn into hentai. What I really want, guys, is a designer and an artist, or both combined in one person, some majestic beast like that. I want somebody to make gameplay where the gameplay itself is almost perverse, where it's very lewd and maybe aggressive or submissive, maybe a ebb and flow of kind of reminiscent of sexual feelings, you know, mechanics that would directly be involved with the theme. And that's not impossible. There are games like that. I think a game like that focused on vor would be really good if you had it like Dark Soulsian. And there actually is a game that is kind of, it's an action, I think hack and slash, kind of Metroidvania. It does involve vor. I think that works with horror. There's actually a lot of games where I guess you could say like Dead Space, where there's extended or very gruesome death scenes that really add to the horror element. And that's mature, that's adult. You know, that like you're seeing your body being ripped apart. Like that's the ultimate form of rape right there, being penetrated by all those freaking limbs and just pulled apart. That's ridiculous. That's mature as hell. That's some hentai shit if I've ever seen it. I'm actually pretty sure there is some Dead Space hentai. I'm gotta look that up later for a friend. But I'm just saying, like there are games that fit their aesthetic and theme and mechanics perfectly together. And I feel like with adult games, the overwhelming, what I've seen so far, is that it's mostly parody, it's mostly non-gameplay, the hentai is generally low quality, and I know there's really good hentai out there, and I know there's actually some fun games out there, but even then, when you find that small percentage of games, it's kind of hard to find the ones that are like good art, good story, good world building, good lore, I guess you could say, the plot, you know, good hentai, or good adult scenes, and then actual good gameplay. There's very few. I literally can only think of two that I want to actually cover. Hopefully I can. I might have to make a Pornhub account, which, you know what, I guess I'll do that tonight, so we could do adult gaming stuff. But yeah, no, I'm actually going to do that. I'm totally going to do that. But I need to find those games. And I think that it's really important that moving forward as developers, we acknowledge that there are going to be people, more and more people, who are okay. You know, as a general, like culture, you know, just look at pop culture. Have you seen Kanye's new song? You know, with Lil Pump. I love it. Have you heard Nicki Minaj's new songs? That shit is straight pornographic. So I think as a culture, we're becoming more accepted of the public nature of pornography. And I mean, obviously we've already had, like I said, stuff like Dead Space or like Grand Theft Auto, things that are extremely adult and vulgar and mature and straight up like gore, things that you're not even allowed on porn sites, right? But that's okay. It's okay because it's not nipples. So I think as soon as we become acceptable of these feelings and these emotions, we can also dive into really interesting game mechanics that intertwine with those emotions as well, because that's what games are all about. Some people think that games are just fun. And yeah, a lot of these porn games are fun and funny, but games don't just have to be fun. Look at Dark Souls, look at Dead Space. These are not just fun games. They give you a wider range of emotions. They're not just Mario. They are less and at the same time something more. And I think we can do the same with pornographic games. And if I can get an artist and things like that, I wouldn't mind throwing my hat into the ring for that too. I would love it actually. Maybe I will one day. Maybe I'll throw up some cool flash hentai game or something. Maybe it'll be like a fighting game, Skullgirls, except as you fight, the clothes tear off or something crazy. I don't know. But basically, I think that we can have gameplay and the theme of pornographic content directly intertwined. And I want to play games like that. So that's my thoughts and feelings, that generally adult games, they do suck. So that's kind of my wide range of review so far. My first impressions on the entire genre is that, God, holy shit, it's filled with actual trash. And I'm not just saying smut. I mean, it really is just trash. Overwhelmingly just garbage. in terms of gameplay and pornographic content. Both. But there are some hidden gems. And that's what this channel is about. We're looking out for you guys, the little dudes, the peers, the friends and family. We're out here working together, but I also need your help too. So, what are some good games? Which one should I play? Maybe I'll do a top 10 list. I'll probably do I can't do streams, but maybe on Pornhub we'll do some videos. And look forward to me making that channel. So, thanks for watching, guys. I'm trying to do some weird stuff that I know a lot of my peers are afraid of, but I'm going forward with it. So, spearheading through. Let's fuck bitches and shit, yeah? Thanks for watching. Keep the hype alive. I'll see you again next time.